Good day and welcome back to Elementary 72 Gaming. I'm back with the final part of that bad hair day mission that I was part of earlier. So here we are, the last part, the final push to the end. As you can see, the team I'm with is definitely decimating this really quickly. So let's see if I can get in a little bit of fire on this guy. Let's move in. Now, just for a little bit of reference, I have friends talking to me on the one side, but they aren't part of the audio here in this recording. So you will hear me talking to them on the side and telling them that they aren't audible to everybody. That's just to, add in a little bit of influence to make sure that they're not feeling too shy. Because my friends can get a little bit shy. One or two of them. Okay. So yeah, and this is the real fun to the game, and that is playing with your friends. As you can see, I'm in a team of 4 people. We're having fun. I'm having conversations. This is the fun of any game. And when you can hold on to something like this in a game, it it makes it worthwhile. You'll be sitting up late at night with nothing to do, and you'll just jump onto the game just to join your friends. Like one of my friends over here on this on the chat that I'm on. She's not even playing the game. She's just sitting on the chat so that she cannot sleep. So it's like the most fun thing to do ever. Whew. So the beauty of having friends around when it comes to these things. This year can make the game worthwhile no matter how time consuming the mission is. Especially when you have 5 or 6 people in your comms, you're having a nice conversation, you can joke around, talk about life. Okay, and just on a serious note, having friends around, even when it's like this year, can help you through some of your toughest times, which is one of the reasons why when you are playing games, make sure that you're playing with people who you do enjoy, because that is definitely going to be one of the key points that keep you happy and keep you healthy when it comes to playing the game, because you don't want to play a game where it's all obligation and nothing really keeping you there. Now, this is just one group of my friends. I have like 5 groups of friends, and I spend about 10 hours online a day, which is kind of crazy. But as you know, I'm a YouTuber, so basically being online is my work. So I have fun doing work, which is one of the most amazing things to do. Now let's see how much of range I have. Okay, so I only have 34K's range. Okay, let me just kill my audio a little bit so I can have a little bit more fun talking over here without making everybody laugh on the side. I'm in a Drake. Yeah, I'm getting guidance disrupted, so it's ruining my range. Yeah, whenever I PvP, the number one thing that I run around with is disruptors. It ruins everybody's day because you just hold a tracking disruptor and someone comes up to you with their vigilant. Next thing you know, what's going on? I'm not doing any damage. What in the world? Double tracking disruptor. Oh, that is like so not cool. You cheating. I remember someone told me that. Who was that? Honestly, guys, if you could hear this conversation, I must probably be banned from YouTube already. Ugh. Now, as you all know, I do keep my content very age friendly. So you don't hear me swearing or anything of the sort, and you won't hear it even with my friends on the other side of this conversation. I will keep my cool and keep my calm and keep to my manners as well while holding this. I'm pure like the what snow was it again, Stoic? I'm pure like the virgin snow. I'm just gonna say it that way rather. So you know, like that snow color is like pitch black. So that's how pure I am. Okay, I'm actually just having a little bit of fun, just saying that I'm evil and teasing one of my friends that they're evil as well. But that's just the way that it goes. You can get away with it sometimes, not every single time. So it's enjoy it while it lasts. That's the way that you do it. Whew. So as you can see, this is what happens when you have three really powerful ships in your lineup and you're actually fighting. So what happens is we have an oracle, a naga, and a prophecy in the back. Now they have this awesome amount of range with a heavy firepower for the front. As you can see, oracle for immortal seraph, drake for myself, prophecy for immortal Morlock, and the naga for Phrenetic. Now, what happens with these is we actually have this immense amount of firepower for when we are fighting up front. And and with this immense amount of firepower that we have, we actually get to finish off all of these enemies really quickly. As you can see, I'm doing a full 6 launch. Now the full six lock. Now the full six lock is something I don't do unless I can be very confident that I'm actually going to get a shot off or get to destroy some enemies. And right now I know that these enemies are going to die before I actually reach them. That's how strong it is with range. The Naga and Oracle have almost 100 kilometers range on firepower. So that makes this one of the best ways to actually go through and actually do one of these missions. If I had another Naga added to this with the Brawler Foot, which is even more powerful than my Drake, I most probably be killing all of these ships in less than a minute or two, and the range that I'd have on my ship will most probably be somewhere close to 30. Now, obviously, the guidance disruptors won't really drop me in any way, but this is all the fun of this. Okay, okay, come on, let's go. If I can take this one down while they're helping, means that we actually will get some progress from me. I'm double disrupted at the moment, so yeah, this is going to be a bit slow. Now I have muted my audio to my friends because obviously with my comments going in, the conversation was getting a bit crazy, and I need to keep this here PG, as I said basically. Actually not PG, I actually need to keep it unrated. So this is just sensible violence, should I say? Just easy gaming, hitting the enemy ships. That's all. Nothing harmful here, nothing bad. And I'm really enjoying this year. To be honest, with my friends in my ear, everybody talking, having fun. They're getting up early in the morning. They're having a great conversation. That makes this year really worthwhile. Ooh, okay. Now on the conversation right now, something really offensive has gone on. Most of my friends are Borg members, and as you know, there's a little bit of a conflict going on within what just happened, and someone did something really offensive. They they, so they did something really offensive, and the guys from Borg aren't very happy with it. So I'm actually just going to make sure that I don't let any of that conversation leak in here. I'm going to try and keep myself calm. What was said was really, really nerve wracking. It's not something pleasant to hear. I'm really sorry about that, guys. I know that I'm trying to be as positive as possible. This is just one of those things. Okay, sorry about everything. I'm back to being calm. I'm back to being chill. We were having a lot of fun, and we're back to having fun again. That was a nice hit. Yeah, I saw that. Just whacked him one time. Now, if you have noticed, I brought you back in this massive wave, and it's been about 15 minutes to take down almost 20 ships. So actually, it's 13 minutes, 20 ships. But that's just a show of what firepower can be in a fire team, and not a fire team, a fleet, sorry. And if this team was complete with the right ships everywhere, and we were all fighting with the right ship, that's me who I'm actually having the shot at over there. If I had the right ship in here, we most probably would finish this in a matter of minutes. This year would be as easy can be. But unfortunately, I'm a little bit behind on where I should be with my ships. As I said, I had a little bit of a tough time, and I'm getting back into the game. So soon, everything should be perfectly fine with where I am. Oh, we're at the last 10. If I'm correct, this is the last wave. If another wave spawns, I will cut the video, and that will be it, because I'm not going to make the video extra long. Altogether, I think the other waves took us about 5 minutes a piece. So this one here has been the longest wave thus far. It's just the number of big ships that are left is a bit difficult for me to engage in. And as you can see, they're taking out the small ships really fast. Leave the Ferox for me. Take out the Ravens, the Elite Raven. I can take out all three of those. Yeah, just take out the Elite. That thing is gonna hurt me like no man's business. Yeah, those Ravens are really, really strong, especially when they elite. They can do up to 8% of my shield, and that's quite a bit of damage because it takes 4 cycles of my shield booster to actually replenish 8%. Let's have a look at how many I do. 475 per regen. So if you work that out, that's a couple thousand damage from them. Considering that I am faster than them, I have the hardener on, that still is quite a bit of damage that I'm taking. Those shots aren't anything to scoff at, so yeah, just be careful if you ever decide to take them on. Okay. And here's the good thing to note, right? Both the Oracle and the Naga that are in this fleet with me can produce upwards of 7,000 DPS. So one shot can do 7,000. And if they focus fire at the right time on any of these targets, they literally can obliterate everything here. Now, those ships in the heavy assault battle cruisers are meant for taking out battleships. And the best battleships for them to take on are the regular battleships. They can take on a faction battleship, but you need numbers to actually win that fight because the faction battleships can always match them in terms of range. In terms of power, they aren't that easily matched, plus, they have a massive amount of reserve power to start with, so it's not going to be an easy fight nonetheless. But that's just something to note about the ships here. Yeah, so okay, like they were just telling me, which y'all can't hear, they took on a faction nightmare in a dead space with this very shop, a nightmare. Oh, not nightmare, sorry, Naga. Am I right? Oracle. Sorry. Okay, now, okay, so what they were talking about was they had an Oracle and a Nightmare together right next to each other and they were firing, and the Oracle had more range. Now, one of the reasons why the Oracle has so much of range is because you have the full research available for the ship, and the other reason why it has so much of range is it has a bonus to that particular aspect. Now, if it were actually a fight Nightmare versus Oracle with the proper fits on both ships, it most probably would go to the Nightmare. We have tested them out against ships in the content creators server, and generally the Nightmare comes out on top in most fights. The only ship which stands some chance against it is the Balgon, and it depends on who is flying the Nightmare. If you know how to use the Nightmare, you generally beat the Balgon, and the Balgon is one of the only ships that can take out all the assault battle cruisers. It's good against the Naga, good against the Oracle, good against the Talos, and obviously the Tornado is no match for it as well. So the Balgon can really do a lot of damage to lower level ships. It just doesn't do that well against the big ships in the same class as it. Now the Vindicator can do a lot of damage to the Balgon. That's something else to note, and I'm veering off course from where I was. So let me just get back to the fight and talk about the fight rather. Now, this is something I don't like to do. I'm getting involved in a fight with 6 battleships at once. This is going to be a little bit heavy on my ship. I need to make sure that I watch my cap very, very attentively. If I end up taking too much of damage, I need to warp away as fast as possible. Now, the reason why I'm keeping 28 kilometers as my distance is so that I don't get warp disrupted. Oh boy, there is trouble. Okay, and as you can see, yeah. So here goes this beautiful end to this fight. As you can see, one is almost down. Once that one goes down, I'm going to be pretty much as safe as I need to be. Four verse four verse me in the close range with those 2 large ships on the long range. I'm definitely very safe where I am right now. I just need to make sure I don't get disconnected or anything like that, and there's nothing I can really do to protect against disconnects. The damage isn't all that bad at the moment. I'm actually doing quite well with what I'm doing. I'm doing a fair amount of damage. Now this just goes to show some of my builds are meant for the super elite like the Naga. If you were part of the conversation that I was having in Super Soft Drink, you heard that I helped make the foundation of that ship. Now the ship is slightly altered. It has more firepower and it does have more speed at the moment. So some of the fittings were changed. As you know, I do I do always try to include some of those changes for players in case of these reasons. Now, he did watch the Naga video most likely to see exactly where I would change things around to make better fits. And yes, these are things that I have tested. I've jumped onto the test server, I've tested them out against other players, tested them against other anomalies and so forth. And that is how I know that my builds actually work well in combat. So a lot of people do accuse me of just making up random builds, but that's something that I do, and that's what I do as a player. Now, generally, you don't see me making videos all the time on the test server. And as you know, there is a series coming up with Randy. Now, the thing is, I hope that people do understand, even though I have already announced it, people have real lives, things happen in real life that take precedence over a game, over a channel. And it's a similar thing with what's happening with Randy at the moment. He has real life issues to handle and it's delaying the video. Now, the reason for it is that video isn't going to be a short video. It's going to be about 4 hours of shooting time, and it's going to be a total of about 20 videos that we're making just in that one segment. And then maybe a week later, we're going to make all the combat segments, which is going to take up about an hour. So we don't want to burden everybody with so much of content to do in a short period. We'll go through making the builds, and then we'll have everybody who's going to participate in our fights help us in our test server in our particular location. And that is going to make it one of the most fun fights and tests that we can have, and it's meant for the audience. That is literally for all of you who have followed and supported this channel. It's meant for all of you who are following and supporting the game, and that's all the fun that we can have. Now, obviously, we can't do it on the real server. There isn't any real type of competition on the real server. It's all about gank, and that's something that we've done for the benefit of the community. Now, I'm trying to keep myself as positive as possible throughout all of this. As I said, something really upsetting was brought up in the conversation that I'm having. So I'm having a tough time keeping myself suppressed when it comes to the negative content. And I'm hoping to finish this fight off as fast as possible so I can voice my negative comments as well. Whew. Okay, here we go. Now, as soon as I get to the last one, I'm actually going to warp back to Narcissus Lake. Now, that's once I've taken out a little bit of that next ship's shield. Most probably taken 1 or 2 shots into the armor, and then I'll be out of here. Quite simple. I just need a little bit of time to get into place. There we go. Easy. 1, 2, 3. I don't have a book at the moment. I'm gonna grab one maybe on Saturday. So maybe next week we'll do another one of these barrier days. Actually, we should all do one barrier day at the same time. Okay. No, I have one. I have one at Cheetah. I just didn't bring it along. Nah, I don't want to start it. I'm a little bit tired. There might be another wave. I'm not 100% sure about that. Okay, since this is right at the end and it's just the last few shots on this ship, I'm going to be cutting the video here. So thank you all for watching. Have a good day.